Well, you made it to the final chapter, chapter 8. And chapter 8 samples spiritual sages, a wisdom literature that finds itself in the Apocrypha. This includes the documents of the wisdom of Solomon and the wisdom of Cyric, son of Jesus, is actually the full name of that book. And these books are fascinating to me because they do a couple of things that are similar to Scripture, but they bring, again, our imaginations or our understanding a little bit further. For example, in reading the book of Proverbs, we hear of the theme, the fear of the Lord. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. But what exactly is the fear of the Lord? People debate about that. They talk about that. In this chapter, you're going to read in the wisdom of Solomon a kind of an extended reflection on what exactly the fear of the Lord is. And so it will challenge you to think a little bit more about that theme. The book as a whole of the Wisdom of Solomon explores many themes that you'll see there. And it kind of answers the question, what is it that wise men do for us? What are sages for? What I mean is, in reading the Apocrypha, you've encountered historical, narrative kinds of literature, the fictional kinds of literature that we've seen in Judith and Tobit and those stories. Here, wisdom literature, Proverbs, is exactly what you're going to get. And like with biblical literature, what it is that the wise man does, or the sage, is they boil everything down. They crystallize it so they can put in a sentence the meaning, the significance, the importance of all of these things. One of the themes in the book of Cyric, the wisdom of Cyric, is the theme of friendship. And I want to just read a little bit of that to give you a taste of it, to whet your appetite for what you're going to read. Cyric says, "With friend or foe, do not report it, and unless it would be a sin for you, do not reveal it." So you know what he's saying there, not to tell on people, unless it would lead you into sin and you had to reveal it. The fool says, "I have no friends, and I get no thanks for my good deeds. Those who eat my bread are evil-tongued." Another, out of shame, makes promises to a friend, and so makes an enemy for nothing. Remember, the theme is friendship here. And the sinner disrupts friendships and sows discord among those who are at peace. And finally, lose your silver for the sake of a friend or a brother, and do not let it rust under a stone and be lost. And so there, in this apocryphal proverb, if you will, is the counsel that it would be better to lose your money than to lose a friend. Be willing to give it up. Don't hold on to the money and lose a friend at the same time. So the apocryphal proverbs about friendship are an important theme throughout this chapter, along with the theme of, as I mentioned, fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and other themes that pop up from time to time. They crystallize this thought and this wisdom. They boil it down to something that you can get a handle on. And I think you'll be fascinated to see how these proverbs that are attributed, one of them is attributed to Solomon, the other one to the son of Cyric, how they compare with the biblical proverbs that you're accustomed to. I think you'll enjoy it.